We often think of design as something that's just for buildings or products or maybe fancy tech. But what if we could take that same creative, problem-solving approach and apply it to our own lives, to our own work? It doesn't matter what your job title is. This is all about how anyone, and I mean anyone, can use the designer's mindset to really become the architect of their own day.
Does this feel a little familiar? Yeah, it's that feeling so many of us get sometimes, like we're just this small, interchangeable part in a huge system, and we don't really have much control. It's a belief that can leave you feeling pretty disengaged, pretty stuck.
But check this out. Here's a really powerful alternative from James Clear. He's saying we can totally flip that script. Instead of just passively accepting the world that's been built around us, we can actually step up and become the designers. We can consciously shape our own environment and our experiences to, well, take back control.
So what does it even mean to have this designer's mindset? Well, it's really about building what design thinkers call a well-designed life. And trust me, it's not some final destination you arrive at. It's a completely different way of living and working.
Let's just break this definition down for a second. A well-designed life isn't about having some perfect, rigid plan set in stone. No way. It's generative. It's alive, it's dynamic, it's a process where you actually get more out of it than you put in, and it always leaves room for surprises.
Okay, so how do we actually start? Where's the entry point? Let's pull out the very first and maybe most essential tool from the designer's toolkit. It's a super simple but incredibly powerful technique called the reframe. Now, reframing is way more than just thinking positively. It's about recognizing that when you're stuck on a problem, the answer isn't always to try harder. The best move is often to design a better problem to solve. It's about fundamentally shifting your point of view so you can see all these new pathways forward that were invisible before. And this is where it all clicks. Just look at the power of this one reframe. It takes you from being a passive object, a cog, to being an active agent with real influence, a lever. You're not denying that the machine exists, but you're completely changing your relationship to it. And that unlocks a massive sense of agency. All right, let's grab our second tool. And this is a concept that I think you especially will appreciate, microarchitecture. This is all about applying those big design principles to your small, immediate, everyday world.
The main idea here is something we can call #SBB, small but big. It's this principle that sometimes the tiniest, most intentional tweaks to our daily routines or our workspaces can have an absolutely huge impact on how we feel and how much we get done.
So what does this actually look like? Well, it could be as simple as reorganizing your desk to get rid of distractions, or scheduling a few 5-minute breaks to just stand up and stretch. Maybe it's putting up a cork board that's just for you, or bringing in a plant. It's about making dozens of these small, conscious choices that make your environment truly work for you, not against you.
Okay, so we've talked about reframing our mindset and re-architecting our space, but how do we turn these cool ideas into an actual habit? Well, that brings us to our third and final step, starting your daily design practice.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. This isn't just some abstract intellectual exercise. Design has a bias toward action. Real designers don't just sit around and analyze their way to a solution. They experiment. They try things. They build little prototypes to learn and to move forward.
And here it is. Here's your blueprint for building your way forward. It's the Good Work Journal. Research has shown that just by taking a couple of minutes each day to answer these 3 simple questions, what did I learn, what did I initiate, and who did I help, you start to build incredible momentum and seriously increase your engagement with your work.
As we wrap up here, it's really important to hold on to this one last reframe. The goal isn't to design one perfect, finished life. Life design is what life is. It's this ongoing creative process. It's not about the final outcome. It's about staying engaged in the generative act of creating, day in and day out.
Because really, the power to change your day, your work, your experience, it's in your hands. You have the tools, you've got the mindset, you are the creative agent. You're the architect. So the only question left is, what are you going to design today?